Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's your girl Tony, and we are here for day 4 of our fast and prayer. So, yesterday I dropped like a short video just trying to see how you guys were doing. If you started, if you want to wait until the end of the week to kind of start your fast, and just kind of like not give too much on day 3 and just explain the emotions of what day 3 you would kind of feel doing your day 3. So we've made it to day 4. you know, um, it hasn't been easy. And I think as you get through like those first 3 days, it does become a lot more easier to kind of just be like, okay, this is where I'm at. This is what I'm doing. And, I feel great. So I've really been waking up feeling great. Been doing like my ginger shots, been doing my juicing, so been exercising, been reading more. So I kind of just when I do my fast, and we're going to talk about that today, and I also have scriptures that I want to back up on this word. So this one will be a really really good video for day 4. But I kind of try to fast away from a lot of things. And again, we're going to get into it. We're going to get into a list of things that you should fast from, and then substitutes of what you can replace those things with. So I'm so excited. The words that I have today is just amazing. When I was reading my Bible, I'm like, oh, I can put this in here and I can. Yeah. So the name of this video is called I Humble My Soul with Fasting. So I say that because on day 4, your gratitude should increase. Like in your prayer should be more intense and they should increase more. So when you in the shower, you need to just, oh, thank you for the water. Thank you for this warm shower. You cut the lights on. Thank you for the lights. You just become more appreciative of things because this is going to help manifest your blessing more because you're in that gratitude state. You're not really complaining about things. You're not complaining about the fact that you don't have food or you're not eating food. So you increase your gratitude and you increase your prayer. Like you should be praying a lot more throughout your day. Like for people that you may not like, for your children, for your spouse, for your future spouse, for the things that you want. Thank you, God, for sending me this blessing. I really appreciate it. Even if you don't have it yet, pray for it. That increased gratitude is really, really going to show God, like, okay, because He hears everything. It's really going to help Him recognize that you're serious about not just the blessing, but changing your life, of course. And of course, I want you to be excited about the things that you have come because we're in a season where blessings are being released. You should be excited, like, get excited. But know that God comes first. All right. So we're going to jump right into it. So I was in Isaiah 58, chapter 58, verse 6, and he said, fasting can help break free from habits and put people in positions for spiritual breakthrough. And I was like, wow. Oh, that's what I was supposed to be naming the video, the spiritual breakthrough. Okay, I think I'm gonna call it the spiritual breakthrough instead of I humble my soul with fasting. I don't know. One of the two. You will see it. But yes, fasting does put you in a position to break free from bondage because there are a lot of things when you fast. Again, we're not just doing it for food. You're doing it because you recognize the bondage that certain things have over you. And again, that's food, that's alcohol, liquor, um drugs, fornicating, divination. Like you want to break free from a lot of things, not just one thing, but a lot of things that's holding you in bondage for your spiritual breakthrough. So again, that's why your prayers should increase. Start asking for more things. What is it, God, that I need to let go of? So I can see this thing come to pass. So I can see you work in my life. These are some things like increase those prayers. Okay. Oh, this was a good one. So we was in Psalms 37 verse 4. Take delight in the Lord, and he will give you the desires of your heart. Oh, if that's not confirmation that these blessings are about to start rolling in, then I don't know what is. I really don't know what is. So it's like, take delight in the Lord. I mean, go to you because you're doing something that you know is important for your life and your family, breaking those generational curses. You're going to God about it first. You're trying his way instead of trying your way, because oftentimes we try our way so much and we do not get the results that we're looking for. So now we're taking delight in the Lord, and he will make those desires happen, because if you do it on your own, um you're going to go through a lot more than you even have to put yourself through. You get me? Like, you don't sometimes we don't have to go through the things that we go through if we just go through God first. Mm. So take delight in the Lord, and he will give you the desires of your heart. So the desires is the breakthrough. Whatever it is that you truly desire, as long as it's in alignment with God. Because sometimes, and this is what I realized, excuse me, sometimes the things that I have desired, I realized that they were just coming from my flesh. They were not in alignment with who I really wanted to be, because I had a desire to be a boxer. And I was like, man, I really want to be a boxer. I really want to box. But when I started getting into my word, I started learning that those are just my desires from my flesh. But then God came in and gave me new desires. So allow him to give you new desires. I'm sorry, from what he knows is best for you, because what it is that you're probably praying for is probably not in alignment with the path that you really want to go on. So again, if you take delight in the Lord, he will give you what it is that you really, really desire, what it is that you really, really wanted, that you probably didn't even think that you wanted. You, oh, I thought I wanted this. Then you realize, no, I don't really want that. I want this more. So we got to stop desiring things from the flesh and allow God to prune us, to give us those new desires. And you will see that, again, I have plans to prosper you and give you life more abundantly. You will see that he's really just giving you a more abundant mindset about the things that you think you want, but he has something so much more better. So, yes. And again, that's in Psalms 37, verse 4. Um, Matthew's chapter 4, verse 1 and 2. And we talked about this in day one. Jesus spends 40 days in the wilderness, fasting and praying to prepare for Satan's temptations in his ministry. Mm. Hey, this is what I've learned. If God had to go through it, then we have to go through it too. And we have to understand that we we don't get to pick the struggles or the things that we think we shouldn't have to go through. If God went through it, we have to go through it too. So if God had to fast to avoid temptations, to increase his ministry, so should you. You should fast for your breakthrough. You should fast for a clear mind. You should fast to be pruned and get all of these toxic behaviors and thinking away from you. You should be able to fast too. So, hey, like I said, if God went through it, you will have to go through it too. So you will have to experience what it feels like to be in that wilderness. You will have to experience it, what it feels like to avoid temptation, what it feels like. I went to, I think I talked about this in yesterday's video, but my daughter went to a birthday party and I wanted to be there. But then again, I knew that there was temptation there. Like that, when I went over there that night, there was a big piece of cake in the middle of the table. And I was like, oh my God, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Then her mom was like, try these. And I was like, I can't, I'm fasting. From there, I knew I had to get out because we got to know what environments to put in to be in when we're fasting, and it's okay to say no. No is discipline. It's okay to be like, nah, I don't think I want to do this or go there today. So, and again, we'll talk about that and the things that you should also fast away from. So know that it's okay to miss out on certain things. Like today, they're doing like a back to school drive, and I know they're gonna have a bunch of chips and sodas. And I'm not really a big soda person anyway, but I do like to munch on chips from time to time. And I'm debating with myself, am I strong enough to go? Is day 4? Am I strong enough to be around and to not get pulled into any of that? Or should I sit this one out? So it's still on my mind, and I'm waiting for an answer. I'm trying to see if I could just be there for maybe like an hour or two. Now, if it's just like 30 minutes to an hour, I think I got it. I got it on lock. But again, it's okay to recognize when you're not strong enough, which is why he went 40 days. Because he know in those 40 days, he was going to master this. He was going to master temptation, you know? So if you feel like fasting for 40 days, hey, I would say if you have chronic pain and chronic diseases and things that you're trying to get rid of out of your body, I think 40 days is a good time frame to fast away from things like that. So, oh, listen to this one. This is another good one. Esther, verse 4, chapter 16. Esther calls a fast and pray with others for 3 days to seek wisdom and courage. And again, even if you don't know you're going to get a breakthrough, it's still good to fast and pray for courage and wisdom or strength, because you're going to need strength during this time, because again, you're going to be empty. You're not eating anything. Your body is just filled with water. So it's good to, even if, like I said, even if you're just doing 3 days and you just want wisdom and courage, or you want strength, you want discernment, whatever it is, it's good to fast from those things. And if other people in the Bible are doing it and getting through, I know you can. I know you can. So don't doubt yourself. You can do this. If I'm doing it, you can do it. And find ways or things that are going to substitute from that time of you snacking or wanting something to eat. You feel me? Like, instead of, oh, around this time I usually get a sandwich or something. So instead of doing that, go to the park and read, or go to the park and take pictures, of nature or something. Do other things. Realize that you have other strengths, you have other talents, and you have other abilities to allow you um, to fast, to have that strength to fast. So, again, if God can do it, Esther can do it, Isaiah even did it, everybody, all of his disciples did it, then you can too. Okay. And I think this is the last one of the scriptures that I have. This one is Psalms 27, verse 13. I remain confident of this. I will see the goodness of the Lord in the land of living. Wait for the Lord. Be strong and take heart and wait for the Lord. So wait for him. Like, we're doing this because we're waiting. We're waiting for these things to be unfolded. We're waiting for him to give us instructions. And again, in order for us to do that, we have to remain confident. We got to remain confident that this is going to happen. These are other things that you can pray for as well. Pray for confidence, pray for increase in confidence, pray for increase in wisdom, increase in strength. So pray for all of these things. Like I said, on day 4, your prayers should get more intense. They should increase a lot more. You'll find yourself around the house washing dishes, just praying or listening to some good soulful music that keeps your mind on him, keeps your mind on being confident, right? Place yourself in environments where you can be confident enough to know that this is what I'm doing, and and I'm going to see it through. I'm going to see it through the end. So see it through the end, even if it does not look like anything is going to happen. Even if things are chaotic and everything just seems impossible right now, you got to see it through. You have to. You have to see it through, because those are the promises. If you remain obedient, I, the Lord, will reward you. Those are the promises. A lot of y'all are coming into a lot of different promises. Some people are getting proposed to. Some people are getting land. Some people are finally going to be able to have a child. Some people getting new cars, new jobs, new careers, all of these beautiful things like approval on houses. Just see it through. See it through and look at the bigger picture and remain confident, because you got it. You have it. Okay. All right. I'm going to say a powerful prayer, and then I'm going to go into some of the things that we should be fasting from. All right. So it says, I bow my, I'm sorry, let me slow down. I bow before you and ask you to purge me of all unworthy thoughts, words, and deeds. Forgive my sins as I forgive those who have sinned against me. Keep me strong and alert during my fast. Protect me from evil. Deliver me from temptation and steer my mind and heart away from all distractions. Oh, I'm not crying like my eye is just, I don't know what's going on. You know, I had me when you wear lashes, but I'm not crying. That was beautiful. Again, these are more things that you can pray for. Ask God to forgive you as you forgive others who have betrayed you, who have sinned against you, who have put you in drama, who have lied on you. Allow God to prune you through all of these things for these 7 days. Like, this is so important. Like, we said this before, don't put God in a box. Don't limit him to what he can actually do in your life within 7 days, because you will be surprised. Okay. Make sure you pray for strength. Keep me strong. Keep me alert. Meaning, let me not forget that I'm actually fasting and eat something that I'm not supposed to eat. Keep yourself alert, because remember, the devil and the enemy is always plotting. He's always looking for ways to kind of creep in there and steer you off your path. Remember that he's always going to do it. Like, he's always going to put you in an environment where you're going to be tempted. You're always going to be tempted. Okay. And then for the part that we must be real on, we got to be real. I got to keep it real with you guys on some of the stuff that you need to fast from, whether you're starting today or you're starting now. I'm sorry, if you're starting now or if you're starting next week, these are good things to know that you should pray from. And they're a little blunt, but it's real. We got to keep it real. Fast not only from food, but also from people, places, drugs, alcohol, television, porn, sex, and social media. Like, let's be honest. If we're fasting for a breakthrough, then we have to fast from all of these things. We have to fast. We have to know that we're looking for a spiritual breakthrough. So I cannot be having sex and doing all of the things that I know I shouldn't be doing during my fast. I know I shouldn't be binge watching and being on TV and doing things and watching episodes that have fornication in them, because that is temptation. People, stay away from the cousins for a week, stay away from best friends for a week, because best friend gonna call and say, hey girl, it's the weekend, we about to party, we about to get drunk. Be alert. Pray for an increase of awareness, and be alert of the people that's going to reach out to you. And I'm not saying they're intentionally doing this, because sometimes people don't know and sometimes people don't care, but just be alert for the people that's used to seeing you do all of these things. And when you're now doing something different, it's going to be hard for them to accept that. So, yeah. Social media, again, I fast from social media because I don't want to be on there seeing all of these foods. I don't want to see that. And sometimes when I'm fasting, I be on Pinterest and I just look at different ideas, because I know after this I'm going on my 7 day raw vegan. So I'm looking for recipes that are raw vegan, but I don't overdo it, because then I'm like, man, I want to make this now. So, just know, just be alert. So here are some replacements. Replace TV with a book. So it's good to read, good to get into your Bible, one of your favorite books that you can read. Replace social media with journaling. So get off of social media, go into the park and start journaling. Start writing down how you feel. Start writing down some of the signs that you may be going through. Start writing down what it is that God has showed you, like visions through dreams or whatever it is that he shows you. Write it all down. If you're planning on getting married, go to the park, journal, write down your vows. Do things that are going to exercise your faith. Replace food and alcohol with water or juicing. Water and juicing only. Replace people with isolation. A lot of people don't like to hear this, but it's good to isolate yourself from people when you're trying to do something that they're just not going to understand or they're not going to respect. So it's good to isolate yourself for a while. It's good to take a break from people. It's good to not be around. And if your friend, if you encourage your friend to do the same thing and they're like, nah, I ain't into all of that, I don't care about all of that, you need to ask God to show you, is this someone that I should be having in my next season of my life when I go through my breakthrough? Mm. Is this person supposed to be a part of my spiritual breakthrough? Are they supposed to be in my life when I receive my blessing? So definitely ask for confirmation on some of the people that you have in your life that aren't used to doing certain things that are going to um, allow you to have a breakthrough. Re- Here we go. Can't read my handwriting. Oh, replace social media with parks. I love going to the park, doing the video, reading, walking around, looking at nature, just allowing myself to be present. Be present in these moments, because in those moments you'll realize, like, oh, I never noticed that this grew over here. I never knew the acorns was on the tree. You'll start noticing the little things that you haven't been noticing because you haven't been present. Because all of these things have been in your life distracting you from what's important. Okay? Replace sex and porn with working out. I just made a video today that I posted on social media where it talks about porn is very demonic, and you are having sex with a demon in your interaction. You're interacting with unclean spirits that you're carrying throughout your day and when you go to sleep at night. And we have to be careful, even with the sex toys. You know, men should be filling their self up with knowledge, with working out, books, reading, scriptures, God. These are things men should be doing. Like, men should not be addicted to porn and sex and things like that. Like, we gotta have discipline. We gotta have a sense of discipline. Because without discipline, how far are you really going to get? You're not going to get far if you don't have discipline. So allow yourself to have discipline and remove these toxins from out of your life, and replace drugs with praying. Most of the time we do drugs because we're stressed. We're stressed and we're worrying, and oh, I'm just gonna smoke this blunt, man. I got a lot on my mind. My aunt passed away. You're trauma bonding with the drug. And the drug is covering up your feelings and those emotions. And then when you stop, you realize that you've just been suppressing feelings that you should have been dealing with. You have been suppressing these emotions because you did not want to face them. And you can replace drugs with praying. You know, God, I'm clean. Help me stay strong. I'm trying my best. You know, and even if you slip up and do one or the other because you've been doing it for so long, even if you slip up and make a mistake again, don't be so hard on yourself. But no, the goal is to be pruned from all of this. Because when we sit back and we look at the things that we have in our life and all the things that we desire from our own flesh, we realize that we're just chasing a bunch of nothing. We're chasing behind nothing. We're chasing behind a lavish life that has no meaning to it. You get me? None of these things that you're doing, the porn, the sex, the binge watching, the social media, all the food that's being poisoned, the alcohol, it has no meaning to it. Other than it's keeping you trapped and allowing ways for the enemy to come in and destroy your life. It has no meaning. It absolutely has no meaning. And you're going to realize that during these 7 days. And before I end this, because we're getting to the end, I want to say plan to do what you'll do instead of eating. So, again, you know, instead of saying, man, it's lunchtime, I'm about to go get me something to eat, plan to do something different. Because, again, we snack more than we realize. Excuse me. We snack more than we realize. Like, how often are you constantly in the refrigerator looking for something? Like, we either get bored and we snack, we get frustrated and we snack, we get emotional and we snack, we get mad and we snack. You know, even when we happy, we snack. So understand that it's good to plan. You know, if you're going through these 7 days, you know, it's good to plan, what would I do instead of eating, or what can I replace instead of these things. So just wanted to give you guys some tips on fasting and the things that you should fast away from, and understanding that, again, I can't stress this enough. If God went through it, you will have to go through it too. And he did 40 days. You're only doing 7. This man did 40. Okay. Now, again, if you want to do 40 days, you can. That would be beautiful. You don't know what type of transformation could come from a 40-day fast. But it's up to you. It's up to what you can take. But I encourage you to keep going. This is not the time to give up. Keep going. We're almost at the end of this thing. And I want to hear testimonies from people who have made it through and actually seen some work of God in their life. I would love, love, love to hear what He has done for you after you have finished your 7-day fast. And last thing, remain confident. That's so important. Remain confident. You got this. Remain confident. Drink as much water as you can and make sure you're getting rest. Lots and lots and lots of rest. Okay? All right. So I have to go. I have some hair to do. I'm trying to get to the park today and just relax. So I appreciate you guys for being here. If you made it to the end of this video, I love you so much. And again, we're almost at the end of this thing. Tomorrow will be day 5. So give yourself again a round of applause for just being here and allowing yourself to just be vulnerable and seeing what could happen. So I love you guys and have a wonderful day.